That's like having a tit reduction. Like, why would you do that? Like, why would you do that? Like, you've been given a gift. Hey, bud.
Your camera isn't on.
I know. I haven't got it on because if I turn it on, it fucks everything up.
Oh, so it's just me.
No, it will be my camera as well on the recording.
Oh, it's just I'm on the Discord.
Yeah, for some reason, if I put my camera on Discord and it's something I have to get fixed, I don't understand why. But on the recording, it's both of us. Then. I mean, you can bring up a picture of me if you want.
Yeah, hang on. I got one you eating pizza somewhere.
Have you? Mate, the shit people have screenshot of me is so fucking weird. There's so many pictures or clips.
You got one of you eating pizza somewhere.
There's a picture of me eating pizza. There's pictures of me dressed as unicorns. There's pictures of me twerking. There's all sorts of random shit.
I've got a better one actually. Oh no! I got to, like, crop it, but it won't let me crop it on the old thing. But I'll show you anyway what I've got.
Well. You twat. Yeah, right. I've written down a few things because obviously this is the first time we've done this. I
know, exciting times.
It is, but I'm intrigued. Why are we doing this? Or why are you doing this? Yeah.
Reason for it? I don't know. Like, I just feel I like a good old chat. I like to have a little chinwag. I don't want. I can speak to you about anything, really. I think.
Yeah, 100%.
And I don't think whatever I say, you won't think anything different from me.
No.
Genuinely.
No, no.
Well, I'm certain things. Maybe a few very, very dark things, maybe, but
I doubt it.
Yeah.
I doubt it because you probably thought the same shit. I'll be honest. We're very old school, and we both kind of like tiptoe through this world of you can't upset anyone. Like it's like treading on eggshells because like things will come into my head that I want to say shit, and you just like you just can't. But I was just intrigued as to like. I watch podcasts. I watch loads of podcasts. I love podcasting, and it's definitely up my street. It's definitely something I've wanted to do it for a long time, do a podcast, but it's just about finding the right people and the sort of dedicated people that you can work with. But I'm more intrigued as to why you are doing it. I've got a specific reason that I'll get to, but why are you doing it?
Me? Why I'm doing it is because I like something different. I kind of like watching podcasts like yourself. I kind of like to see what other people's opinions are, learn from that, take some sort of information from a different person's point of view with a pinch of salt, and sort of grow with knowledge. And I think you can see where I'm going with it. Just like, learn from one another, and yeah, basically learning.
So
yeah,
you are.
I was going to say twerking, baby.
The main reason I'm doing this is like I don't know where it'll go. I don't know if it'll go anywhere. I'm genuinely not even really remotely bothered. I'm using this as a diary.
Yeah.
The genuine reason I'm doing this is because in 10 years' time, I'll be able to look back at this and go, oh, that's what I looked like when I was 35, and be like, these were my thoughts, and then I'll be able to look back and think, have I grown as a person? Do I still think the same things 10 years from now? But also, I think a few people know that my heart doesn't work very well. My health isn't the best. So I want to make sure that there is something there for my kids to look back on, because I only have 2 or 3 videos of members of my family that I will never get videos of them again. So for me now, it's about making memories for my kids to be able to look back on. I think that's the main reason.
No, that's a slight reason for me too. I don't have any video footage of my grandparents or anything like that. I have literally like 2 videos, maybe 3 of my sister, and like
weird, isn't it?
She died in 2009, right? So like.
I got like 2 or 3 videos of my dad. I got 2 or 3 videos of my dad, 2 or 3. Whereas our kids will be able to look back at all of our YouTube videos, all of our Twitch streams if they're still a thing, But they see when you're streaming or when you're making a YouTube video, there's like a persona you put on, like you're trying to be entertaining or you're trying to, you're trying. There is always a persona, regardless of what people say. Oh no, I'm just me. And that's bollocks. There is a persona going on of some description. Whereas having a conversation and talking about things, like right now, my son, I could try and talk to him about some things, and it will just go over his head because he's 6. But when he's 20, he'll be able to look back and go, "Oh, this is what my dad thought." And I think that there's something about it that that for me is reason enough. I couldn't give a fuck if people in the comments hate us or if they like us or if there are no comments, because this will be career ending. You realize it? This isn't the people when they realize how we think, because you can say things on YouTube you can't say on Twitch. So I think that this will kill us. But I mean, I'm not doing it for them.
I genuinely don't care.
I don't either.
I don't give a fuck if someone likes you or whatever, as long as like whoever I'm talking to, like yourself, I think we both respect each other. We're both friends. Stuff like that.
And let's be honest,
if someone halfway across the world says something in the comments saying, "Oh, look at that guy. It looks like he lives in a shed with his," like, I really would give a fuck, because we all know I don't. And all I care about, as you said, have a little diary. Kids can look back. They've got a bit of a memory of me. And the internet's going to be here for a very long time unless some sort of world apocalypse happens. You
can't cancel someone who's not already famous.
Our kids, grandkids, and great grandkids can look back and go, look at our fucking great granddads just going at it.
Exactly, and we can't be cancelled because you can only cancel people if they're famous, and we're not. So you can't, we can't be cancelled. We're not Andrew Tate, so you can't cancel us.
We'll take that.
So yeah,
take that all day long.
So it doesn't really bother me. So my expectations of this, it's not that we're gonna take over the world or be the next like Joe Rogan or nothing. Because this is how Joe Rogan started. I don't know if it was Discord, but like him and his friends would use like some form of chat room and they would record it and talk. And obviously, I mean, a price you can't see it, but if you look at the way I've got this set up, we've done this in what, like 20 minutes, set this up? 20 minutes, half hour? Literally
20 minutes, and just like, yeah, let's just do it now. Let's just have a chinwag. I said, I'll make a coffee in my McDonald's cup.
Exactly. And there's a black line above the cameras, and there's a black line at the bottom. So I'm thinking, like, in the long run, we can have like an actual overlay, like to put these two like camera angles in, or we can do something. Or if someone wants to, like, I don't know, advertise their Twitch channel or whatever, we can use these top bits for something. And then in the long run, if the channel if the podcast actually goes somewhere, then me and you can start meeting up and actually build a studio, maybe at my house.
I don't want to meet up with you at all, mate. If I'm being honest, so I'm happy here.
But you know what I mean. We could set up an actual like studio of some description, and we could meet up.
But I'm happy to do this for the rest of everyone if it doesn't blow up or anything like that.
Regardless.
Regardless. Yeah. So this would be our like little therapy.
Yeah, this is why I kind of wanted to keep it away from our Twitch channels. This is kind of why I didn't want to advertise it on Twitch. Like, if people naturally find it that follow us on Twitch, or people naturally find it from our YouTube channels, then fine. But I didn't want to be like, oh, mine and Dean's new thing is going to be podcasting, and you need to go and watch that as well. No, I wanted this to be like a separate entity, which is why the colors in my studio are completely different to what they are when I'm streaming. And I'm going to be a lot more real than I am on YouTube, and I can't get any less viewers on Twitch, so it ain't going to affect that.
Same here.
I might get kicked from some Discords that I would rather not get kicked from if someone finds it, but to be honest with you, fuck it. If that happens, then they're not obviously the people I should be hanging around with. So if anyone actually does find this and likes me and Dean, then, by the way, I'm Dan. That's Dean, if you didn't already know. Hang on, I'll close up. I'm Dan. And that is Dean. So, if anyone does like what we do, for whatever reason, you see this one video and think, actually, I'll help them out, and you want to make us overlays, or you want to make us a logo, feel free to send it in. What I'll do is I'll put the Dandeano email down in the description, and then if anyone does want to send us anything, then you feel free, and me and Dean will look over it together and see what we like.
Any overlays and stuff like that. And on future podcasts, we can have your like, oh look at our new overlays. This is from whatever. It might give you a bit of clout.
This is what the Two Bears One Cave is like the biggest podcast I watch, and they got like a following of like 100,000, 200,000 or whatever. And then they got loads of artists to make them their intro music, their outro music, and make their overlays and stuff for them. And it was wicked because they got people that had watched their content, kind of knew who they was, and made them specific overlays and music. So I think that would be a cool way to do it. So I mean, this is obviously the first podcast we've ever done, so I can't imagine anyone's A, going to see it, or B, want to make us anything. So maybe we can bring this up in a few weeks again and see if anyone wants to help us out.
See how it goes.
Do you know what, though?
So, we'll definitely see how it goes, though.
You made me laugh today.
Come on, then. Here we go.
You did. You did. Because, so, like, we've been talking about doing a podcast, and the whole point of a podcast is so that you guys can talk about topics and talk about things. And you've fucking been ringing me to talk to me about shit. And I'm like, stop ringing me. Stop fucking talking to me. Because, like, please.
I can't even remember what I rang you up for, but the last thing I remember is just saying, yeah, fuck off, bye.
That's because I literally said to you, I goes, bro, you need to stop ringing me and talking to me about this, that, Andrew Tate. Because if we're going to be doing a podcast, but you've been speaking to me all day, we're going to have nothing left to talk about. Or it's going to be fake. Like, we're going to be talking and just go like, well, I spoke to you about that earlier, so why are we talking about that now? Do you know what I mean? It's going to be a really weird fucking... It's going to be a mad, weird vibe.
That's it now, mate. I'm deleting your number.
Yeah.
I'm no more texting you. I'll only speak to you when we're vibing on the old gaming marathon, whatever we're doing.
Yeah.
That's the only time I'm speaking to you. Genuinely.
Yeah.
Unless it's an emergency.
Yeah, and basically, if you think I need to speak to Dan, just write it in your notes on your phone, and then when we meet up to podcast, we'll just fucking spunk over our lists and just speak to each other.
I'm writing notes now. I'm gonna be like, right, speak to Dan. I'm literally like, I masturbated and got
and while we're on that subject, take pictures because obviously in the editing, if you do send me a picture, I can put up a picture of that on the podcast so people have got an understanding of what we're actually talking about. So if you send me a picture of, I don't know.
Anything. Penises. Yeah.
Penises, midget porn.
Mrs. Tits.
Yeah, anything.
Tits.
Yeah, if you send me a picture of that, and then I can put it up for relevance for people to look at. One thing though, I would say, sorry, I'm just getting messages from a very pretty lady on Instagram. Anyway, she is banging. I'll be honest, she is absolute fire. Anyway, the Queen just died.
Yeah, crazy.
Like literally
crazy.
Literally like 20 minutes ago.
That escalated from 0 to 100 real quick.
What, her dying?
This morning. Well, just what?
I think she's been on the cards a while. She's 96. Okay? So
she almost made 100.
Do you know what though? I'm really upset. I'm upset, and I'll tell you for why. I'm never going to find out what was going to happen when she hit 100. Because what was she going to do? Write a letter to herself? Like,
true.
She writes a letter to everyone that hits 100. What was she going to do? What was like? She had a party trick. She had something up her sleeve, didn't she, old Liz? For when she hits 100, she was going to do something. She would have probably made a TikTok account.
I'm quite upset because it's obviously someone's died, and it's a very important person. I'm quite patriotic when it comes to, I do like the royal family. I do like it. I'm not like a fucking huge fan who collect a fucking shit ton of plates of bizarreness of Princess Diana and just everyone.
I'm a fan of the royal family. Not the Nancy ones. But the rest of them all right. Not the one.
There's got to be one though. There's always one person in your family. Yeah, that's a fucking nonce.
Yeah, not that one. Not them.
The thing is, it just shows that they're a family, and they're just like every single person.
They've all got their problems. Fucking
they've got problems too. I know they're royal family and they're royalty, but they have fucking problems.
Everyone's got that lechy Uncle Martin that no one wants to invite to the Christmas party, even the royal family. Apparently, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But exactly. No, it's genuinely sad because it's all I've ever known is the Queen in the monarchy, like controlling the country. It's all I've ever known. One of my earliest memories is Princess Diana dying. I was on holiday with my family. Yeah. And we were in the car on the way to ski bobbing in Bournemouth. And I remember my mum and my stepdad looking at each other and being like, oh shit, Princess Diana died. And that stayed with me forever. Now my son's 6 and the Queen obviously literally 20 minutes, half an hour ago just died. I sat him down and I said, Tom, this is history. You're going to remember this for the rest of your life, and it will be remembered for eternity, and it will be in the history books that this is when she died. You need to sit and watch the news for 10 minutes. And he did. And he was sounds a pound. He sat for 10 minutes, and he said, "That's really sad that someone died." Because it's really sad. I goes, "It's not sad. Yeah. I'm going to cry sad." For me personally, some people it'll be that way because they're very, very monarchy heavy. But bless him, he's 2, and he was like, no, sorry, he's 6, and he was like, I'm a bit sad that she died. She looked pretty cool. I was like, yeah, she was a cool chick. She was a cool chick. But my question to you is, you're ex-military, so the Queen passing, they're not going to like call the military to come and defend places, or you're not. There's not going to be a military thing involved with this, is there?
No, there will be. Yeah, there will be.
Really?
Yeah. So like, it's Thursday now. It is September,
Thursday.
2022.
Yeah, well done.
She died in the afternoon. But the thing is that, like, just before, I woke up this morning just like a normal day, and then it finished work, and the Queen's dead. It's mad, isn't it? Anyway, as you're saying with the military question, I feel like it's Thursday now, so they must have had, from previous experience, they would have had insight a few days before, 2, maybe 3 days ago, saying the Queen's not very well. And then everyone will be on standby of some sort of, because like tomorrow there's going to be probably the whole military on parade at some point. And
we got the new prime minister a few days ago, didn't we?
Yeah, we don't really the military don't do anything when it comes to new prime minister or anything like that. It's not really it's mainly royalty. So
what I mean is you're saying the military would have known a few days ago. Well, it was only like 2 days ago she was in Scotland shaking hands with the new prime minister. I can't remember her fucking name. We haven't voted for this woman, by the way. I don't know how this is. I don't get politics, but this chick has just gone, yeah, I'll do it. But anyway, so them knowing already, I don't know if they'd have known already, but I did hear she died at 2 o'clock. I heard she died at 2 o'clock today, and because it makes sense that they've got to keep it a secret for a few hours to let everyone, like, I don't know, security to get in place and for the family to get told. And obviously it affects Australia as well. People don't really realise this, but obviously the monarchy owned Australia and still has some ties to Australia. I don't fully understand it, but Australia needs to be told, the Prime Minister needs to be told. There was a lot going on. But anyway, carry on.
Yeah, so maybe not a couple of days. They might have had some knowledge that she might have been not very well, like, especially like the big CEOs, the generals and stuff like that, of the actual army and the RAF and so on. But they would have had definitely, like, this morning. She probably in early this morning, I'd say, and then would have been on standby. It would have been spread around like wildfire.
But standby for what? For what reason? Because of in case people rioted, or
no, like mainly like it could be potentially that, but it's mainly like they'd be on camp. So normally on a Friday in the army, you knock off quite early. And you go, because everyone wants to get home. Okay. Everyone wants to get home on a Friday. So they'll be like, right, don't plan anything yet this weekend, guys, because you might be staying because the Queen and so on. And everyone would have to parade this weekend and do like a memorial. But they'll probably get absolutely smashed on Saturday. They'll probably have a big, huge camp party and just celebrate.
Fair dues.
Probably. But the thing is, now she's passed. Will it be a bank holiday? Am I correct?
Yeah, it will be. They'll make it a bank holiday now. That I only know that because I read it earlier. There was only like 100, maybe 200 people outside Buckingham Palace on the footage. So obviously people were getting worried and starting to crowd there. I have a feeling tomorrow there's going to be several thousand people. Can you imagine the flowers that are going to be out there? It's going to be insane. People will travel from other countries. People will be from other countries just to put flowers down. And this is going to sound like a really trivial, really nasty question. And this is the point of the podcast. I don't know if I got work tomorrow. Is this going to affect me going to work? Is it going to affect, is places going to be open? Like, there's this whole Operation London's Bridge is down, which is if she dies in London, as far as I understand. And if she dies in Scotland, it's Operation Unicorn. Something along those lines. They've all got different names for where she might die.
I don't know this one.
There's a protocol. Operation London's down, London's Bridge is down, is when she dies in London, then the Prime Minister needs to be told, all the flags go half-mast, and blah, 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 blah. There's a different protocol for if she dies in Scotland, which obviously she has, and it's called Operation Unicorn. I believe, I could have that wrong. Hang on, let me Right, Operation Unicorn. Let me have a look. Operation Unicorn. Operation Unicorn. What happens if the Queen dies in Scotland? Yeah, Operation Unicorn if the Queen dies in Scotland. So yeah, I've got that right. I know something. So it's a whole different kettle of fish. But obviously, I'm not personally mourning. I'm not sitting here crying for my nan. So I'm fully capable of going to work tomorrow. It's not going to affect me. But a company's going to be expected to close out of a mark of respect because it's the monarchy.
That's what I mean.
So
that's what I
are we working tomorrow? I don't know. I'm waiting to see if I get a text message from... And it sounds really horrible, but we are all designed to be robots when it comes to work. We work Monday to Friday. These are our hours, and you must come into work. And if you have a day off sick, we're going to fucking roger you with a big stick. Well, hang on a minute. The Queen's just died. The whole world is going to stop.
Yeah.
What, out of respect, are we like? What are we doing? And I know.
Oh, we're just gonna go. We're gonna go tomorrow like a normal day. Wake up, have our Weetabix.
Yeah, like if we are, then grand. I'm fine with that. But but I need to know. Like, can you message me and go? By the way, we know the Queen's died, but work carries on tomorrow. I'm guessing the funeral, everything will. Yeah, I live near a church.
Yeah, I think it is. That's an operation as well.
I live near a church, and the church bells are all going off now. But yeah, so I'm wondering if that gets picked up on the microphone, I apologise, but it is because the Queen's literally just
I can't hear it. But the thing is, rest in peace, Liz.
Rest in peace, old Liz. I tweeted that. I was like, sleep well, Liz.
I put rest in peace, Liz as well. Like she had a fucking good
sense of humour
run. Hell of a run.
She had a good sense of humour as well. Hell of a run. Did you see the video of her when she was out with David Attenborough? And he's walking through her gardens, and he goes, "Oh, that's a lovely sundial you've got there. It's really nice." He goes, "But quick question, why have you put it in the shade under a tree?" And the Queen, obviously, it's a sundial, so the Queen's suddenly like, "Oh yeah, maybe we should get that sorted." And looks at her guardsman, and quite clearly like, "Shit, why are you looking at your phone?"
I am looking to see if David Attenborough tweeted anything. I see. I've literally looked at David Attenborough to see if he's tweeted. He's probably really I reckon he's probably very upset.
My nan's 96. My nan's the same age, and she is really upset. My mum texts me just before we hit record saying your nan's really upset. And I text back, good, because when she dies, I get loads of money. Fancy a Tesla, so I'm just saying.
Fucking hell, yeah, Tesla all day long. Inheritance.
That's a joke. I do love my nan. Not joking though. I will get a lot of money when she dies.
Inheritance.
Yeah, when she kicks the old fucking bucket. She is starting to lose her marble. If
I kick bucket now, my kids are getting shit.
Have you not got life insurance?
Yeah, I have.
Oh, they'll get something then, won't they?
Well, they get something. They get 10 years wage.
Really? That's a weird one. When I die...
Yeah, it's with my work. It's with my work.
When I die, Lucy gets £500,000. I'm insured for £500,000.
So I don't pay insurance. The works pays me for insurance. So if I die whilst working for that company, no matter what, they look after my family and give them 10 years of my wage.
Do you not want to say which company you work for?
Pornhub.com.
Is it a secret who you work for?
Secret Squirrels.
He works for BT OpenReach.
Wow! Yeah, I work for OpenReach. So I'm a telecoms communication engineer.
But yeah, so that's a weird one. I pay £35 or £40 a month to a company called Vitality. I literally just looked up on my whiteboard. I got a whiteboard over there with all my important stuff written down. If my camera ever fell down and accidentally recorded that whiteboard, I'm getting bummed. But literally, like my passwords, all my shit's written up. But yeah, I've got life insurance with a company called Vitality, who are really, really good, by the way. If you haven't got life insurance and you're between the ages of, say, 25 and dead, then you should probably have insurance.
Yeah, I'd say that. I'd say the same. I was going to do it. I can do it with work, can also do it as well. It's only like £8-9 a month, but you just increase the increments. So the more, whatever.
Bro. You know? If you got you've obviously got a pension.
Next year, I think.
You've obviously got a pension, yeah, through BT OpenReach, yeah,
and military, yeah.
Oh, and your military one, shit. Does that mean you'll also get the statutory one, like the general bog standard one from the government?
It depends how the pensions work.
Okay.
I don't know. I think so because I only did 6 years, so it's not a really good pension in the army, and to be fair, that's the reason why I left as well. There's no incentive because they
Bro.
fucking they cut everything. Like my boss was getting he when I was leaving, he was leaving, and he did 22 years, and he was getting, and he made it as an AQMS, and he was getting a payout. He would be 40, and his payout would be, I think it was like 60 grand, right?
Fuck.
When he leaves, yeah, 60 grand, bush, one sum, boom. Then he'll get paid about just over $1,000 a month, about
Right.
grand and 1,200, 1,300 a month.
Right.
Till he's, and then he gets paid another lump sum when he's 60, which is like half what. Yeah, I think it's like 35 or 30.
Right.
One lump sum, and then it goes up again like 1,800, 1,900.
So,
but he's 40 and he's getting paid 1,600 already from his pension. Like, what the fuck? He can still work at 40.
Yeah.
So he's taking in, like, you work what I'm doing, take home whatever that is, do overtime. If 40 still, there's a guy who's 60 who still works for us and does the same job as me. So he could work all that, get all that. So he'd be taking home, like, the pension can just be a fucking beer tokens.
Bro, I got my paperwork in my hand, right, from my pension that I've been paying into through BMW for the last year. This is 1 year. Yeah, by the way, I work for BMW. Can't tell you what I do at BMW, but I work for BMW. Right. So 1 year. There's 11 grand in my pension in 1 year. Right? That's fucking...
In 1 year? What?
In 1 year. That's mad, yeah? And they're saying by the time I'm 65, that'll be like 450 grand if I keep doing what I'm doing. Which means per month, I'll be taking home, just from my BMW pension, almost 1,600 quid a month. What the fuck? I'm so, like, genuinely, what the fuck? At 65, how many hookers can I pay for with £1,600? That's all it's going on. Because I'll have my house, I'll have my car, the kids would have gone, my missus will be like a wet lettuce at that point. So £1,600? That's a lot.
Useless.
Yeah, but £1,600, that's amazing. I'm well happy with that. And then I'll still get my state one on top, which is like £600 a month. So I'm talking over 200, £2 grand a month. That's mad. I read that letter and I laughed. And then I said to my missus, I goes, look at that.
I just have like the standard pension. I don't put any extra in. I just have the standard. I always think,
do you not?
Well, pension. No, because I'm like, I've previously, so my old man's not very well. My granddad and my great granddad, they didn't live past 60. So I'm thinking, well, I'm not even going to look forward to a pension because I'm not going to see it. So I'd rather spend it now.
You're
on the
so
kids
funny.
I'm here.
No, I'm just going to spend all my money now. Fuck my wife and kids. When I die, they'll get your pension.
Mate, I'll be fucking 60. How old would Cobain be? He'll be fucking in his 40s. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he'll be a millionaire before me.
Yeah, but
man's got a big dick. He's gonna be
he's gonna be the next porn star.
He's gonna be the next fucking.
They get they'll get like a percentage of your thing. So I mean, we know, like, I know I'll probably be dead before I'm 60. That's like just because my heart isn't great, my health isn't fantastic. But I do all of this because it goes to Luce and the kids when I'm gone, and I like to know that she's going to be severely made up because obviously we've got one house already.
Yeah.
So if I die and she gets $500,000. And then she also gets my pension on top. Her and the kids are laughing. Not literally laughing. I hope they're not laughing because I'll be dead. You know, that'd be a bit weird. Like Dan's dead. Yes.
I hope they take the piss out your bald head as well.
I hope they do. I hope they do. I'm bald by choice, though, don't forget. Like, I can grow hair. True. Like, I've proven
Why would you do it by choice? I don't get it.
So my dad always said, shave your head so that when you do lose your hair, no one questions it. It's like preempting the inevitable. But yeah, no, I can. It really pissed people off. My dad's
completely opposite. His hair is everything to him. He said,
oh, really?
Yeah, he'll wake up the next day and go, mate, I had a nightmare last night. And I'm like, oh, what was it? Did someone come in and stab you or something? Or shoot you? He goes, no. I lost my hair. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, I can't live without my hair.
That was his nightmare.
Like, yeah, that's genuinely, he cannot, he says he would rather, like, have anything but lose his hair.
So, as you know,
it's really important to him. It's mad. That's why he has a fuck off good old fashioned mullet.
I know. I've seen a picture of your old man on your Facebook. I recently went to, as you know, I went to a Viking party and I had to grow my hair so that I could like give myself a mohawk or something. And people at work were like, "Oh, you actually can grow hair. You actually can. Why'd you do that?" Like especially like the guys at work that are genuinely bald. They're like, "That's a slap in the face. That's like having like that's like having a tit reduction. Like, why would you do that? Like, why would you do that? Like, you've been given a gift and you just ruin it. Like, why would you do that?" Like, I'm just like, wow, you know. But I had two choices for the Viking party. I was either going to grow a mohawk, which is what I went with, or I was going to go dress as a monk and shave the patch in the back of my head because I thought it'd be really funny. But I didn't go with that in the end. I went with a mohawk.
I did see the picture of you, by the way. This would be a good time to pop it up.
You
did look pretty good.
I look good anyway.
I was looking at it. Well, you look quite like buff as well. Like we all know you're not, but you looked quite buff.
I'm a big dude.
I don't know if Lucy's quite small or anything like that. Is she quite small?
She's 5 foot. I think she's 5'1".
Oh yeah, and she definitely made you look a lot buffer.
She's tiny. I'm 6 foot. She's 5'1", and she's like tiny. Like I take the piss out of her, calling her all sorts of shit, like on stream or around my mates and stuff. But it's all a facade. She's tiny. She's 5 foot, tiny little body on her there. For a woman that's had 6 kids, she's fucking banging. Can't tell her that though. Can't tell her that though because I follow. Wait.
Looking good.
I follow the school of our Lord and Savior, Andrew Tate. So I can't ever pay her a compliment because otherwise she'll stop making me coffee. And I'm telling you now, if she stops making me coffee, pow, right in the kisser. So, you know.
I'll give her a good old-fashioned Archie slap.
She'd fucking beat me.
Off Rock and Roller, when he just goes, no, right the back of the hand.
Oh, yeah.
He goes, slap him, William. William Mark, and he slaps it. And he goes, no harder. And he slaps it. And he goes, no, with the other hand. And slaps it.
It keeps it
with the back of the other hand. And he goes,
it's a wicked film.
This is how you do it. Whack. And just fucking whacks it one. And he goes, that's what you call a good old-fashioned Archie slap.
Oh, yes. I've seen that film. I love it.
Rock and Roll is a very good film.
She looks awesome. For a woman that's had 6 kids, she does look awesome. I also look awesome. I am a really good-looking fella.
You look good. And yeah, of course, your beautiful wife looks good. She's technically your wife.
Yeah, I mean, piece of paper. You're getting married. You getting married?
I am getting married. Woohoo! Toot toot. Actually, I'm gonna have to send you an invite.
Yeah, definitely.
So you can come down for the night for the night, do.
Yeah, it'd be great. Yeah, well, I'm not invited to the actual wedding.
Not the actual wedding, no. Only problem with that is I would love to, but I have only a certain amount of seats. And I have a big family, and she has a big family too. So a lot of the family are taking up all the seats.
I've got legs. I can stand up. I don't need a seat.
Yeah, true.
I can look through the window. I'll look. Tell me where it is. I'll just look through the window with an air horn.
I've actually asked. I've asked Div to do a video.
Div.
So Div might be coming to the day. So we'll have a photographer, but he's gonna be the videographer.
But he's so not used to weddings.
He's so not used to weddings, but that's what I mean. But he's giving us like a cheap price.
Sorry, that's an inside joke. Dividends is a guy that used to play games with us, and he used to get absolutely destroyed in Fortnite. And he once went, "I'm so not used to pubs," in his really posh private school fucking accent. Really posh. Voice. It was really funny. And he was very angry, but it was very posh angry. Yeah, it was just sort of like, "Mummy!" It was like that sort of anger. Do you know who he reminds me of? He reminds me of Joe Weller. Mate, he even looks like him a bit. Yeah. Do you know what? I think he missed a trick because he started doing vlogs of his like health and fitness and stuff, and they were actually interesting. He was like going and meeting people, doing health and fitness, and I actually enjoyed those videos, and then I think he just stopped doing them. I think he just got... Actually, I genuinely... When he first started, I was a bit like, wow, this is full on straight away. Obviously, because we knew him from previously, like, so I was a bit like, okay, he's going for it, like. Yeah. And then I really enjoyed his videos. Like, I still watch him now. Mate, I like the edits, I like the his content from it, and like he keeps going. But have you heard his recent things now? He's I've just donated £10 to him on his GoFundMe because he's going to represent Great Britain in bobsleighing, and he's going to the Olympics. How mad's that? What? Did you not know about this? What? Mate, I'm not lying. It fucking shocked me as well because he's all. I remember when I went to TwitchCon with
Twitch London with him, shared a room. He said he played rugby, and I was like, yeah, fair enough. He played rugby. And I was like, where'd you play? I think he said he played wing or something. But I remember him saying, I am very quick, like sprinting. And I was like, oh yeah. He's like, yeah, I'm real quick. And I can imagine him being quick because he's quite a muscly physique guy.
Yeah, he's a big guy.
And I was like, all right, fair enough. And but mate, you should look at his Twitter now, mate. He's literally killing it. He went for trials for it because obviously he's into his deadlifting and all the
Jamaica. We have a bobsled team.
Yeah, mate. And he to pass, he needed like 6.4 seconds, right? And he got I think it was 5.2 or something like that, somewhere around that region. He like killed it, mate. And now he's like, that's what. But the problem is, as an Olympian, you don't have any funding until you've like in the team, which is mainly sponsors that fund you.
Right? Is he still on? Is he still dividends on? What's his Twitter handle?
Rory Willicombe. Funny little name, Rory. I make your Willie come. That's what I said to him when we played Tarkov once.
Willie.
I go, Rory, I make your Willie come. He's like,
that's such a private school name, isn't it?
The last one.
That's such a private. School. I can't spell it. I'm heavily dyslexic. I cannot spell Rory Willicombe. Rory. But how the fuck am I spelling Willicombe?
W-I-L-L-I.
Hang on. Say that again.
W-I.
Yeah.
L-L-I.
Yeah.
Come as in C-O-M-E.
Oh, just like, okay. So literally Willie Come.
Yeah, Willie Come.
No results for Rory Willie Come.
He's blocked you, mate.
It might, to be fair.
Actually, I've got a question for you. Talk us through how you actually met Rory Willicombe.
How I met Dividends?
Yeah. Because you two knew each other.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Was it me that introduced him to everyone?
No, it's weird, right? He introduced me to you.
Okay.
That's how I know you. It's mad how you forget about that, isn't it?
That's weird. I was concerned about because that. So you and C Waddle, you would play games together, and that's right. Okay, so Dividends was a jumped up little prick in Darwin Project, and he tried giving me shit or something along these lines. Like, it was something along those lines, or he was doing something he shouldn't be doing. Now, in the Darwin Project, I was partnered with the games company, and for that, and I was also a moderator for the game. So if people are cheating, I had to send in a report and get the person banned, essentially. And I was like, bro, I'm giving you a chance here. Like, just stop being a dick. And he was like, oh, you think you're so fucking special? And he was like, calm down, kid. I think that's what he said. Calm down, kid. And I was like, bro, like, do you not realize I am actually a moderator for the game? I don't think he realized. I think he thought I was just some kid like making it up, but I actually was.
Underestimate my power.
Yeah. But I think by the end of the game, like, we chilled out and everything, and it would just become one of those stories where we're friends now, but the way we met was through an argument. And then I think he realized, like, at that time that my Twitch was about to pop off, because I was hitting like 180, 190 viewers when the game was released, and he introduced me to you at that point. And when I first met you, what was your interpretation of me when you first met me? What was your thoughts on me?
An older version of me.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Do you know what's funny?
In some sense, but in like a 3/4 way. Like,
I immediately saw you as a younger version of me and a threat.
That's mad.
I immediately thought he's a...
No, I remember you saying that to me.
Yeah, I saw you as a threat.
You've always been like that towards me, though. You've always told me how it is.
Yeah, always.
Even towards me. And I've been the same to you
with everyone. I couldn't give a fuck about your feelings. If I have to lie to you for you to not have hurt feelings, then fuck you. I would rather be honest with you. You have hurt feelings, but be grown up enough to get over it. But anyway, I saw you as a threat. I was like, his channel's really good. The people that like my channel really like his channel. And I saw my viewer count going down as yours was going up. And I was like, how am I going to combat this? You actually put me in a quandary for a long time. I was like, how am I going to combat this? And then what I realized was your viewership was going down, and now no one watches either of us.
Yeah. It's because I used to play Fortnite, I used to play Darwin. I feel like you were a bit, like you said, you felt a bit threatened from me. But I feel like your viewers went down, and not because of me though. It's because you were still playing a game that was unfortunately dying.
But the problem is,
the only thing.
I was under contract.
That was the only thing.
I was under contract, so I had to play the game. And
so
even
though
people
in a bit of a sticky bubble.
Yeah, because people were saying, "Oh, the game's dying," and in the back of my head, I was like, "Dying? It's fucking dead." But because I'd signed a contract to say I would play the game 3 times a week and like enjoy it, it was so difficult for me. So difficult.
Mate, I really enjoyed watching your streams on Darwin. I genuinely did, and I think a lot of people. With you've made a lot of people's memories of Darwin. From being like,
bro,
games.
If you
it's
Google...
like with me with Fortnite. When I started playing Fortnite, I look back now, I love Fortnite. Like I had such a good time playing it. It's a shit game now, but fuck me, when it first come out, I genuinely had it. I was excited. I thought I could play this game forever. I had genuine love and passion for that game, but now I just can't stand looking at it or even saying the name of it. So I'm just gonna stop saying it now.
It's mad. If you Google
crazy, isn't it?
Darwin Project, and there are some images that are taken from my stream in Darwin Project, and I'm still to this day friends with the developers. I talk to them regularly, and I can't say too much, but I still work with them on let's say, I work with them on up and coming games. So there is projects that they are working on that I'm still involved with them with. So I absolutely love them as a development team, and they've done an awful lot for me, because it isn't just their games that they've helped me with, because some of the developers that worked for Darwin Project have now moved on to other companies, and I get benefits in those games as well. So namely, as I'm sure you're aware, Valorant. I've got a friend who left Scav, now works for Riot, and he's helped me out in Valorant as well, which is awesome. So yeah, if you're an aspiring streamer or an aspiring content creator, getting involved with an indie games company, in my opinion, is definitely the way forward. Like it's a good thing to do.
Thing is, I want to say to you, actually, you need to utilize your connections a lot better.
I don't like asking people for things. I know an awful lot of people, as you know, and I'm not going to mention their names because I really don't want to be that person.
Yeah, I know, but like you need to utilize it more, as in like, is there anything like you need doing or help with?
Yeah, I know. It just makes me feel really uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's just like, you're all good. It's like, I've got a bit of spare time. Do you need anything like in general? Like just get that sort of like relationship or just say to him how it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But the thing is, I don't know about you, like you know a bit more high, can I say high caliber persona?
Possibly. Yeah, I know some very famous people.
Yeah, like, can you be yourself around them and what you say?
Yeah, I can. The problem...
Can you be yourself around them live in front of audience? Not
100%. There are certain aspects I have to calm down, but I don't find it's not them. So
I have to calm down.
It's I tell you what it is, and I'll be 100% honest. It isn't the person. It is the people that follow them, and it's the people that are desperate to be their friend and get their attention. So if you say one thing that not necessarily they disagree with, but their little following disagree with, the people that are trying to be their friend, they're immediately like, oh, you can't say that. You can't say that. And they'll try and cancel you. And what you'll find is because people are so desperate to be that person's friend, they will do what they can to put you down. They will make you look like you're a bad person so that the person they're trying to get close to thinks the same of you. It obviously doesn't work because the person you're friends with can see through it, and it's not the first time it's happened to them. So they see through that sort of bullshit. But I'm not the sort of person to go, hey, can I put you in a YouTube video with me? Hey, can I tag along to this? That's not me. People either like my content and find me for me, or they fuck off. Like I've played games with XQC. I've played Darwin Project with XQC.
Oh mate, you haven't you?
I've played games with.
That was Darwin as well when it did that big release, didn't they? And it was real big hype. It was like, oh mate, this could be coming back.
I was scheduled to play with Tim the Tap Man.
It was like 2 weeks later. It was fucking dead.
Yeah. Tim the Tap Man.
I was really hyped for you, man.
Tim the Tap Man was going to play with me, but he pulled out at literally the day before. But yeah, no, I've played with some fucking huge names in the content creation world. But here's a question for you. What do you consider content? Because I fucking laugh my ass off when people call themselves content creators and all they do is sit and play video games.
content is, it's different types of content, isn't it? Like you can play, like I'd say my content is, I'm not the sharpshooter. I'm not the shroud who sits there and fucking shits on people. I'm there just to have a good time,
right,
and have a laugh and a giggle. And like people love me. I get angry at video games, and people love when I rage. They like that's. But the thing is with me, I can't keep doing that over and over. I'll have a fucking heart attack by I'm like 35.
Yeah, 100.
Like,
35. Why did you use my age?
Mate, I can feel my blood pressure boil.
Yeah.
When I get
Why
angry.
do you think I wear this watch?
I have to.
The watch tells me what my heart rate is at. But to me, that's not content.
It's not just content. That you have to. Like live streaming isn't just content. Content is, for example, uploading on your social medias like your Instagram, your TikTok, your YouTube. That's content mainly 100%. For me.
So it's when people, if you're not adding to something, if you're not adding to a platform, if you're not creating something that people are going to actually want to go and watch because it's different. So me sitting down playing Valorant isn't fucking content. I'm playing a video game. If you are playing Valorant but you're commentating over the top, that's something a little bit different. That is then creating content. If you're that is content. If you're making TikTok videos and they're amusing, not just clips of your gameplay, every fucker does that. That's not you. You're not a content creator. If you make something funny, or if you do a good edit, or if you come up with a new way of playing a game, or if you think of playing like I don't know, just like whatever, hide and seek in Valorant, that would be, you've created an idea, you've created a content.
Yeah.
But when these dickheads sit there and go, I'm a content creator, no, love, you play video games all day.
Yeah, and then just sit there, play video games. Basically, live is your community coming together, watching and supporting you live, and just seeing how it is real time. 100%. That's all it is. And then the content, for example, I can use the only sort of person, high caliber person in the content creation world I know is Kados on YouTube, and his YouTube is millions. He goes on Twitch. He's on the same views as me now. Yeah, 10. I saw that the other day. Yeah. And it's not like, it's completely different.
100%.
Like his content on YouTube is brilliant. His edits, and stuff. But live, they come from YouTube to his Twitch, expecting that same sort of high caliber content that they watch because they're addicted to watching them.
But it's edited. They realize then.
Yeah. And then they realize, hang on, this is fucking boring.
That 10-minute video of him smashing and popping shots off is hours of edited gameplay. So when you go to Twitch and he's not doing it constantly, you're like, oh, okay. Anyway, let's get off of that get off content creation, because I got some questions for you.
I'll be quick then. We'll be quick.
Why?
How long have we been chatting for now?
45 minutes.
45?
Yeah.
Fuck me.
So, questions for you.
That's gone quick.
Right.
Hit me up.
I was scared of the coffee machine the other day. Actually scared of the coffee machine. Like, genuinely, what the fuck am I going to do? Scared of a coffee machine. Have you ever had...
You tripping?
No. Or a vending machine. A vending machine scare me as well, right? This is a genuine thing, right? Okay. So, I drive a Mercedes-Benz. And I went to Mercedes the other day. I know, right? I went to Mercedes-Benz the other day for the car service at Mercedes-Benz, because I drive Mercedes-Benz. And at Mercedes-Benz, they have a Mercedes-Benz coffee machine. How many times can I say Mercedes-Benz? Anyway, they have like this seating area you can sit. It's like a cafe, and they have a coffee machine. And it's like a proper extravagant coffee machine. And all these rich people... because I don't consider myself, I shouldn't own a Mercedes-Benz. I don't fit the remit. I wear tracksuits. I'm a scumbag, and I shouldn't be driving a fucking Merc.
And you're a dad of 6.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm driving a brand fucking. The world's going, oh, energy bills, and I'm like, let's spend 45 grand on a car. And can you afford it? No. But anyway, I go to get the car serviced, and I'm sitting there, and it's a self-serve coffee machine. And these people are going and getting their coffee like they're used to it, because they're oh, I don't know how to use a coffee machine that costs thousands, because I have one of these at home, or one of my homes, because I'm rich. I'm sitting there like, I really want a cup of coffee, but I'm scared I'm going to go up there and push the wrong button, or I'm scared I'm not going to know how to use it, and then I've got to walk away with an empty cup and pretend I poured a coffee and then drink it so I don't look like a cunt.
Okay.
And I went up there and I fucked it up. I pushed I think it was the cappuccino button, and it started like hissing at me. And then I realized you're supposed to fill the cup with milk from the fridge and put it under the coffee frother thing, so it makes the milk hot, and then put it under the coffee bit for it to give you the shot of coffee. So when I realized I fucked that up, I poured that into the sink and then put it under again to try and get another cup of coffee, and it only filled the cup halfway. And then I walked away pretending like that was all I wanted. Like that I wanted half a cup. I didn't want a full cup. That is the coffee I wanted, just so that none of the rich people looked at me like he doesn't know what he's doing. But I've done it before with vending machines. Like I've been sat at the hospital when my kids were being born, and I've been looking at the vending machine going, I want that packet of crisps. But what if it's a weird vending machine and I don't know how to use it, and I've got to ask someone, excuse me, mate, how do I push the buttons? Do you know what I mean?
How can you not know how to work a vending machine?
I don't know. It's just, it gives me anxiety when I have to use an appliance around other people in public. I'm scared I'm going to make a mistake and I'm going to look like a moron. So it took me an hour to get up to go and make a cup of coffee. And when I got up, immediately my body went, what are you doing? Sit down, sit down, sit down. What are you doing? Red alert, red alert, red alert was going off in my head. And I was like, but I'm up now. I can't turn around and walk back because I'll look like even more of a freak. They'll see me walking halfway to the coffee machine, turn around and sit my ass back down. They're going to be like, that fucking dude shouldn't be here. Like, he doesn't belong. So have you never had like social anxiety over a coffee machine?
No, I literally go to a coffee machine and I fancy a latte. And funny enough, I press a fucking latte button and it makes me a latte. It's just like the Costa machines you get in like whatever shop.
I've never used one. They're too scary. I can't use that. It would scare me in case I fucked it up.
You look at it. It says start. You click start. And it says, what coffee would you like? Cappuccino, latte, what vanilla latte? And I'm like, I'll have a latte, please. What size would you like? I'm like, I'll have large because I'm a large guy. And then
how large are you? How tall are you?
I'm 5'10", 3/4.
You're not large. You're tiny.
Tiny.
Okay, cool.
I'm almost 5'11". All right.
Oh. Mm. Oh no. And also, okay, final question from me.
Go on.
And this is a good one. I think if it was legal, if you was allowed to, would you smoke weed?
No. The reason because I've tried when I was in the army. I was very fit, healthy, didn't even smoke. I drank quite a bit, but like I used to box 3 times a day. I did. Honestly, I was super fit. Like,
I'll fight you in a boxing match. That'd be fun.
I'd run 1.5 miles, 6:20. Mate, boxing. 12 fights in the army, 112. Like my first fight was against a Royal Marine who had 12 fights in the like MMA, so like UFC sort of style, at the octagon. And he looked at me and laughed. And I remember looking at him, and he looked like when you just can tell someone looks like a fighter.
Yeah.
I kind of shit myself because I was only like 20, 21, not even that, 20, I think, maybe 19. And this guy must have been about 26.
Oh, you're right.
I beat him. I beat him, but I didn't knock him out. He didn't knock me out. I just beat him by points because that was the only way I'd be able to beat him. So I had to dance around, jab, jab, jab. Anyway, digressing there a bit. But what was the question again?
If it was legal, would you smoke weed or eat it?
I tried. I think I'd eat it to try it. I've tried it when I was 15 because my brother's a bit he's a bit older than me and he likes smoking it.
I fucking love the stuff.
And they made the brownies and I thought they were normal and so I was like, well, fucking hell, these are nice. I was only 15 and I had like 3 of them. And then next to me, I was literally, mate, I was just sat on the sofa like, and they're like, "You alright?" I was like, "Yeah, it's fucking." It's like,
I'm fucked.
With half a brownie on the side, it's like, "Have you? How many of them you had?" And I was like, "Well, I was fucking hungry, so I had like 3 of them." They went, "You are?" I was like, "I have 3 of them." It was like, oh god, they were just laughing at me, mate.
Bro.
But then but when I left the army and I was a civilian, I thought, right, let's give it a go. Let's smoke because I started smoking throughout my career, and I tried it and I was absolutely hammered, and I did 2 bongs with my best man at the wedding, and I ended up shitting myself. I genuinely shat myself. I threw up in the toilet. As I threw up, I shat out the perfect nugget poo, which is like a perfect like chicken nugget size poo, and it was just sat on the floor like the emoji.
Oh right? My god!
Nice, like a twirl, and then I sat down on the toilet as I threw up, and then took a shit, and it just flushed me out. It's weird. And then I just remember just like in mind baffled, looking on the floor. The poo was there, and I just stared at it and said, "I can't even move." Like my arms were just numb.
So
everything was gone. I was whiting, and then it put me off forever. Like,
if it was legal,
I think I might try eating it.
If it was legal, I'd be on it like a fucking fat kid on cake. I'd be on it. But because if it was treated the same as if it was the same as drink driving, like you couldn't use it while you were driving, you couldn't have it in your system while you were at work, that sort of thing, then I'd be on it.
Yeah.
Because at work, obviously, I get drug tested and I can't. So I haven't in years. I just can't because we get drug tested and I'd lose my job. And it's not worth me losing my job.
No.
Quite rightly, because I'm under the influence of alcohol, drugs. Yeah. Although alcohol is a drug, but anyway, that's another conversation. But if it was legal, oh mate, I'd be on it. I'd be on it constantly. I love it. I just love the giggles and the spaced out side of it that I get. But
would you go on it? And would you still use it now if you had like a long period of leave, like 2-3 weeks? Would you have like a spliff like the first week?
No, because it sits in your system for so long. And if there's a trace of it. If there is a trace of it at work, you are gone. They do not.
How often do you get drug tested?
Sporadically. It can be random. No, it can be completely random. It might be twice in 1 week. Like they might just go, you need to go piss. I'll be like, okay.
Yeah.
Because we drive cars.
I know in the army they have massive drug issues. Like I know cocaine only stays in your body for like maybe 2 days, but it depends how much you use it. You see, it's the same with weed. Like if you only smoke it like once a month. It only stays in your system for a very short amount of time.
I wouldn't risk it. It's not worth the risk.
It stays in your system for 6 months, no matter what you take. But that's only if they take a hair particle. Which for my kids, it's not worth it. It just isn't. I'm not trying to convince you to fucking go on, mate.
Go on, do drugs.
Do drugs. Do it.
But no,
that's what I remember in the army. A lot of people were like, right, we've got 3 weeks leave now. The first week they'll go hard. They'll be on the cocaine. They'll be on
the
weed,
cocaine.
Everything.
I've never done that. I wouldn't do anything else. It's only weed.
It's only weed.
Yeah, only weed is what I would do.
I've tried cocaine numerous times. I'd rather do that than weed.
A friend of mine said that 100%. When she took cocaine, nothing changed. Everything seemed the same, except she couldn't stop talking.
Yeah, you just talk and talk and talk.
Yeah, she said that was the only thing. She just couldn't stop.
I'm not even gonna normally if I haven't done it for years, but if I went on cocaine, I would have to be absolutely obliterated to the point where I couldn't even stand up. And if I've done it before where I've been in that state and someone's just gone, have this, and I've just been back to normal. It's mad how it works. And then I'm back to normal. I'm back in the game. And that I can see why it's a party drug. Like it gets you back, but it's so bad for you because alcohol slows your heart and that speeds it up.
Yeah, you don't want to be fucking about with that sort of stuff too much. No,
but yeah,
I think we're we're getting good towards the end of our first podcast there, bro.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because I think if we keep talking, we're just going to keep talking forever.
Yeah, we could talk forever and ever.
But I don't want to hear from you. I don't want to hear from you all week.
I'm not going to speak to you. No, I'm not.
I want you to write shit down.
The only thing, yeah, when I'm about to ring you, I'm like, oh, nah, fuck Spacco. I'll write it down. I've got a note thing on my phone now. But, yeah, the only time I want to speak to you outside of Twitch, by the way, we both stream on Twitch, and is when the next podcast is going to be when we have a chat and have a good catch up.
Yeah.
And just chat shit.
We need to make an hour a week. That's all we need. It doesn't matter if it's morning, night. It doesn't matter. We need to find an hour a week.
100%. And it would just be completely open. And people can feel free to put whatever they want in the comments.
Yeah.
Like, you could call me a dickhead if you really want to. You can call us, like, we really give a shit.
Care.
But if you have your own views on things that we've discussed, like, that would be pretty lit as well.
Or if there's anything you want us to talk about, as in, like, and you're interested in our view on something, then just join the conversation, literally.
Far away. We'll be reading the comments.
Yeah.
But we're going to be doing this a bit more frequent now, so...
Unless it's...
Saying that, make sure you drop a fucking like and you want to share it.
unless it's coming from, like, Mins or Liam, or your followers, I'll ignore them.
Yeah.
That's if they ever find it. I don't think we should advertise the podcast.
Yeah, no. But obviously, if we're going to end up there, I think that's a real good first podcast.
I think so.
Spacco. Spacco is his nickname, by the way.
Spacco is my nickname, but my name is Dan. You can call me either. I don't care. But yeah, and we call the podcast Dandeano because I'm Dan and he's Dino. So Dandeano. Yeah, and it sounds like Bambino. And so yeah, I mean, I thought it had a ring to it because Dino Dan just didn't sound right.
Nah, it's got to be Dandeano's. Well, fucking Dandeano's. I think what day should we post up our first YouTube video and then we'll do it like a post each week.
But when
starts...
this finishes rendering, I'll just post this like tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
If that's right with you,
yeah.
Because there's nothing I've said in this Discord in this conversation that I want bleeping out. No. Same for you, and I've been changing the camera angles as we've been talking anyway. So the only thing I'll probably edit is I'll put a picture up of me dressed as a Viking. That's it.
Yeah. Or anything else like maybe the bit where you're talking about the Queen or anything like that.
I was doing that anyway. I brought it up on through the YouTube
Happy Days thing.
So yeah, it's fine.
That's lit. But yeah, if we're gonna wrap it up there, thank you everyone, whoever finds us, drop a like and all that. Make sure notifications are on.
Yeah, all that shit. I don't think anyone will see the first one. We'll look back at this one in 10 years and be like, that was our first podcast. What the fuck?
And then in 10 years' time, we're like, well, we've got more views then than we do now.
Yeah, even less views. Anyway, and if our kids are watching this was your dad's first podcast.
Yeah. Cobain, Ollie, you're in bed right now. Well, I hope you are anyway. So I've left you in there.
You go in there and they just set fire to your kitchen. My kids are over the road in the other house asleep because I don't live with you kids. That's how much I hate you. They watch this in 15 years. What the fuck, Dad?
Mate, you literally like, wait, I literally got in. I was like, right, Cobain, go to bed. He was like, okay. I said, I promise I'll play Batman and Robin with you tomorrow. With his little toys, and then Ollie, I just threw in bed and gave his milk and went. I always point at him and I go, sleep. And he looks at me and he goes, and this is what he does. He goes, he just turns, mate, and closes his eyes, and then like he does this with his eyes to see if I'm still there. He's only 2, mind. He's like looking for his eyes, like is Daddy still there? And I'm just staring over him like, go to sleep.
You nasty bastard.
But the thing is, he's looking at it. If he sees me there, he starts smiling, and then I go. And I point at him again. I go, sleep. And then he goes,
fucking idiot.
And then I leave the room and we get downstairs. And mate, and he's normally just off to sleep in literally 5 minutes.
You need to get a better quality camera. Your camera's shit. Get a better quality camera.
Yes.
Right. Bye.
Looks good on mine.
Shut. Say bye.
Bye.
Bye.